Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels collector video. Today we're looking at the 20 Toyota Tacoma from the 2022 Hot Wheels mainline. I know this car was in the D case, but I'm not sure if it was in the C case and was just a carryover. But yes, I do know it was a new model for last year as well, so that's awesome to see. Anyways, let me get you some facts before we actually get into the showcase of this car. So this car has a 2.7 litre 4-cylinder engine in real life. This gives the car 159 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque, and this car also has a 0 to 60 in 10 seconds and a top speed of 113 miles per hour. This car also has a starting price of $26,000, which converts to about £21,000, obviously that being the base model and the cheapest version of this car available on the market. There are high spec trims which will come with more gadgets in the inside and with a nicer trim such as alloy wheels and stuff, but if you want the cheapest version it will cost you $26,000. This car is not super high performing, but it will get the job done, and this is going to mainly appeal to people who are going to be carrying out lots of work, so perhaps constructors or things like that. And I know in America this car is way more popular than over here. We don't really buy an awful lot of pickup trucks, and we definitely don't really use them for work. It's mainly just for a personal car, such as the Ford Ranger Raptor. We don't have the regular Ford Raptor, we have like a smaller version of it. But anyways, let's get into the actual showcase of this car. Okay, so starting off with the side of this car, I'll firstly mention the actual colour of the car. This car is done in a glossy blue, very nice. It is not metallic. This car also has black wheels, and these are 5-spoke off-road wheels. And we're starting to see these a little bit more on the mainline stuff, I think. We saw a couple cars last year with it, including the big Bel Air. There is no sample work on the side of this car, but this car does feature wing mirrors, which is nice. And you can also see the arches of this car created using the black base plastic. Very nice use of that. You can also see the door handles have been actually engraved into the casting itself. And the front windows are actually wound down. Interestingly, the windows actually look very small on this casting. It's a very similar kind of thing going on this one to the Jaguar Project 8 casting, which they also did, where it had really small windows as well. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate to the real life model. I can't see it being, but hey, it might be. So there you go. Just something to note. Moving on to the front of this car, you can see it's very tampered here. There's a lot of tamper work going on, so I will get into it now. We have the headlights, which are being done realistically, as well as the grille, which is done in black, and we also have the Toyota writing, which is done in silver tampo. We also have 2 lower fog lights, which are done in silver, but there is something that bugs me about this car. That whole lower section with the fog lights is actually supposed to be black, but for some reason they tampered the entire rest of the front, but left that out for some reason. That just feels incomplete to me, and it is not accurate to the real life model, unfortunately. You can also see there is a nice vent on the hood, which is created using the black interior plastic this time. Very nice use of that. Now moving on to the side of this car. This side is the same as the previous, so I'm not going to bore you on it, but obviously you can pause the video and have a look if you're looking for something specific. Now let's take a look at the rear of the car. This is really generously tampered as well. So we do have the rear lights, which is being done in a realistic detail, and we also have the trunk latch, which is also being done in black tampo, as well as the 4x4 writing, which is also done in black tampo, and the Tacoma writing is also done in black tampo. You can also see the rear step is also created using the black base plastic. Very nice use of that, and it acts as a very nice colour split there. Now moving on to the bed of the truck. The entire bed of the truck, as you can see there, pretty much, the entire bed anyway, is created using the black interior plastic. And you can also see the rear windows actually being put into the casting. Very accurate to the real life model. Nice to see that. Finally, on the roof of this car, we do have a nice sunroof, which is created using the window plastic, which is obviously see-through. You can also see the aerial has been cast into the metal. And we can also see there are some ribs which are in real life used to add some extra structural support to the roof and make it more durable, which is what a lot of people are looking for on off-road cars like this. You can also see there are also ribs in the bed of this truck as well, once again for structure. There you go, that's really it for the casting. I will mention that this one does not unfortunately have windshield wipers. I nearly missed that off, but there you go, it does not, unfortunately. And that's really it for this cast, not anything else really to talk about. Now let's get into my final thoughts and review of this car. Okay, so now it's time for my final thoughts and review on this car. So I really do like this casting, I think it's done great. The inclusion of the wing mirrors is really nice, and this is actually going to be releasing this year as well in white, with some blue wheels I believe, and the RAVs detailing on the side. I'm pretty sure it has front light tampos as well as rear light tampos too, so they've been really generous with this year's version of this casting. In terms of tampo detail, because obviously it will have side tampos as well as front and rear tampos. Very generous. Once again, I've said that twice now, but there you go. That's what I think of it. This one is awesome though, and it is awesome to see this debut colour. There was also a red one that was released last year as well. I believe that was a metallic red. In fact, I know it was. And I do like that one too, but I do like this blue. I think it suits this car great. Maybe a grey would look good on this one too, but hey, we don't have that yet. It'd be interesting to see what they do with this casting in the future. If I'm entirely honest, I can see them putting some kind of off-road steely wheels on this one and adding a mud splatter detailing up the side, and maybe dropping the rear tampos but keeping the front light tampo and grille and all that stuff. That's just what I can see happening with this car, and I am no means part of Mattel, so I have no facts on that, but that's just what I think will inevitably happen with this car, since it's an off-road pickup truck type vehicle. But anyways, I really do like this car, so what am I going to give this car out of 10? I'm going to give this car a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a really nice one, and it's awesome to see this in the Hot Wheels mainline. It was nearly a 9 out of 10, but I'm just going to knock it just because I'm critical of that front tampo, or lack of front tampo, on the bottom section where the fog lights are. So there you go. That's my total review on that. That's it for this video. So if you did enjoy, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss a new upload. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, or in any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressured to if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye everyone.